Hello, and many thanks for visiting our Singing Strings Indiegogo fundraising page. We are raising money for a trip to compete in the Summa Cum Laude International Music Festival in Vienna, Austria this coming July. If that doesn't pique your interest already, and you think, there are so many options out there for funding projects and people and groups, so why should I support the Singing Strings from Prince Edward Island? This is a remarkable group of young people. I know every conductor says that about their group, but this group is a unique group of students. We come from a very small province on the east coast of Canada, in a program that has been flourishing for nearly 40 years in Charlottetown, which has a population of 40,000 people. We also have a member from Summerside and a few members from the more rural parts of PEI, so we draw musicians from a large part of this province. We have been rehearsing for this competition for nearly a year already, both in preparation for the audition process, as well as preparation for the actual competition. These students are both in public school and homeschooled, high school, intermediate school, and university ages, heavily into classical music, as well as enjoying the typical teenage social life with rugby and volleyball. Have been playing since they were toddlers, or some have picked up their instrument within the last few years. I'm amazed at their progress, their tenacity, their willingness to give up their time, the perseverance in the face of bad weather, and believe me, in the last 2 years we have had a lot of bad weather during the winters on PEI, and their enthusiasm and infectious joy when it comes to making music together. It costs a lot to fly out of Charlottetown or Halifax at the best of times, and we have chosen this trip because we think the experience that these students will have outweighs the cost difficulties that we will encounter in doing this trip. Imagine visiting Vienna in July and competing in a competition representing your country as well as your province, which is the smallest in the country, amongst 1,000 other students representing their country. It would be an amazing experience for someone from Toronto or someone from Vancouver, let alone someone from Charlottetown, PEI. While in Vienna at the SEL Festival, we'll be performing several concerts in various locations in and around Vienna, having workshops with the festival jury, and we will also be visiting several other European cities on the way to Vienna as well as after the festival. It's amazing to consider that these students will be walking through the streets of some of the oldest cities in Europe, and will have their eyes open to history, both musical and cultural, as they visit Mozart's birthplace and the wonderful cultural centres of Munich and Prague. The festival generally only accepts 4 or 5 groups from each country, and we may be the only string orchestra from Canada that was accepted to the 2015 festival. That's a pretty big accomplishment for a string orchestra from the smallest province in the country. I know there are a lot of worthy causes out there, and ours may seem like a fanciful one. But the arts are what keeps us grounded as a country. The arts are what shows the world that we're not just another pretty face. There are so many amazing Canadian cultural exports, and I would be proud to have these students representing Canada on the world stage. Spend some time on our site, wander around and meet some of our musicians. Have a listen to our recordings. Some of them are current, some of them are archival. Keep in mind that we are still working towards our goal and we have high expectations. Our program for the competition includes some pretty challenging string orchestra repertoire, a Serenade for Strings by Joseph Suk, the St. Paul's Suite by Gustav Holst, the Divertimento in F major by Mozart, Chrysanthemums by Puccini, and a specially composed piece just for us by island composer Richard Covey. We are putting the pieces in place, we are solidifying our playing, we are finding new concert attire, we are researching our trip. It's getting just close to 100 days until we leave, and we're so excited to get this project off the ground, and we would love your support. Thank you.